This is Houston, contact with a test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. End of test.
Special all points bulletin. One small step for a robot, one gigantic leap for Kebal. And one can only imagine where to next.
That was good.
That was so funny.
Yes, we had planned a Minmus landing, but oh, that's so far out. Plus, we need to do the rendezvous for the science and money. So, and maybe it won't take too long. So we got a plan. If we crack what, 15? You said?
Yes.
We
Chicken.
crack some 15 viewers. We'll go for a Minmus landing.
In 1 hour.
But a landing, not a try and get back.
Hey, why is your temporary
Well, because yellow has some green in it, apparently. So, it's green screen keyed for some reason. Yeah, right, everything's training. Well, we gotta do the rendezvous to do other stuff. It's one of those other things that we had to do before
this,
getting
that,
to the
and
moon.
the other thing?
We must do the other things. So, let's start off here. Let's see. Should be able to hear the game once it's not. There we go. We got some bird chirpy. Oh.
I did not hear bird chirpy.
Now we got celestial music.
No.
What is the deal?
Rewrites mission goal outlines.
How's that?
Scared of Minmus going to dock.
No, we're not going to dock. Apparently, it doesn't say that we have to dock. It just says we have to rendezvous near it. Yeah, that's what it says.
Just gonna rendezvous.
We're just going to get there first.
Kind of park nearby, I guess. Yes.
Long enough to get the credit, and then I figure we can then warp it out of orbit into a different orbit, and it would be, you know, maybe change the tilt of it. So we'll get two polars, but one slightly at a different angle than the other and all like that. But so, training, get another ComSat in place, all sorts of stuff.
Go angles.
So first off, we need to know, Mr. ComSat
For
Perk.
future newsreel videos, there are limited by type of success, landers, manned mission, etc.
Well, true. Let's see. So if we, oh wait, no, we have the periapsis. So 4,000,009 and 5 million. So roughly 5 million. Alright, we'll need to know that for later. Plus, does it show what our orbit angle is? It's that, apparently. So.
Oh, I said I was going to pay attention this time, didn't I?
So this here is ComSat Penguin going around about Kerbal, yes.
I'd go for low Earth orbit encounter unless you have to make it the one sat. Because the northern pole orbit is going to be a pain to encounter.
Alright, so you're saying encounter ComSat AB, change in plan!
Hey, what happened to the die? It's not ready?
Yeah, it's all ready to go. So, yes, let us mention that real quick. Let's get back out here where I can pause it for a second.
You've never done it before.
So you think the equatorial orbit will be easier, eh? Well, let's make it much harder on myself, because after all, what's the worst that could happen, right?
Oh, I heard a Tweety bird.
Yeah, something totally random could happen, right?
I mean, ask yourself, what orbit is ISS in? I can tell you 2 hours of nothing.
2 hours of nothing. But at least it'll be another ComSat. So, you know.
Hi, new person in the room.
But let's first be
That's
off
worst case scenario.
to this.
Yeah.
So, what we have not yet encountered in this simulation is the multiple failures that are not my fault.
Operation meet and greet during the quarantine.
Right, but meters apart and in different sealed tubes, right? Like that Peloton ad where they're both riding the bike, but they're in different glassed buildings. Glass wall buildings. So we're going to introduce, at some point, the randomness of a failure, and we made ourselves a little die here with all the symbology on it. This is the die of random burn direction. So I'm going to hand that off to her. She's going to roll it at some point, and then we're going to, yes, randomized failure. because it's not really training. You already have that die. Well,
feel free to show them that you had to give me a chart because I don't know it.
Yes, and this is the decipher chart for her, all nice and backwards, of course. You don't need to roll it for it to happen. Yes, but this, you know, adds a little bit of fun, right?
Hey, have a little faith, man.
All right. We're going to at least attempt to get up, and if we don't manage to intercept, maybe we have a nice flaming re-entry for everyone. The people love a nice flaming re-entry. Maybe burning up, skipping off the atmosphere. You know, we'll see.
God help us all. Please no magic dice during like all actual missions or critical missions.
It's not magic dice. His name is Gremlin, and he exists on every mission. Some worse than others. And plus, I didn't print the die 100% infill, so it rolls wonky. We're not trying to make it easy. We're trying to make it goofy, fun, and panicky.
Different.
The anti-orbit burn. We might have to just let her burn up in space and all like that.
Oh no! Don't start off with bad.
But I don't think so. So I've already got ComSat Penguin Mk1. It is ComSat Penguin Mk1.
Getting to a target. What's the fun in that?
Well, we can't just get to a target. We have to have trouble along the way.
Uh-oh, you're frozen.
Am I?
It was a puss face.
It's not showing anything,
You can
Frozen.
rename the vessel Interceptor so you can quickly understand. You seem to think that you won't have trouble.
I didn't say
That's
I wouldn't
cute.
have trouble. I just said we're going to introduce more. So we're
So
also...
you're completely frozen on my system.
Am I?
Yep.
That must be your end. My stats look good on this end. Try refreshing your page.
Video is fine here, yeah. Well, you're stuck on funny face.
Oh, we're running out to pay no attention to this countdown. That's the countdown of the application starting.
Okay, you're back.
Alright. I'm not doing it yet. Come on.
Everyone run.
Alright.
It's firing
Guidance.
in the VAB code 6.
We have guidance. We have SAS.
Oh, I didn't see any of the beginning of this.
What?
You have an antenna, do you have science, do you have all
Well,
the
yes,
stuff you're
this
supposed
is-
to have?
Well, there's no science because it's only around Kerbal. But this is the same ComSat that we put up for Penguin Mk1. It's just renamed to Mark II, and I've got it turned around so that it'll fly polar
Ouch.
to
I'm just
begin
trying-
with.
Okay.
Actually, not quite polar, apparently. It doesn't look like it's exactly lined
Read
up, isn't it?
contract in detail, number 1.
Oh, let's take a look. Rendezvous to orbit have 2 different vessels in orbit of Kerbal within visual range of each other and kill their relative velocity so that we're at 0 relative.
I don't see that.
It's up above my head.
Well, I know. I mean, I see the thing fall down, but I don't see what it says.
Oh, the blue?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Not very readable.
Oh, I got. Okay, go. Set target to whatever intended target, etc. Whatever you want. Yeah, he's gonna do that anyway. We
Well,
all know
first
that.
we're going to hop up into space. We're going to get into a nice stable orbit, say, I don't know, 300,000-ish meters. And then we're going to figure out how to get to the target because we're going to have to tilt our orbit and, increase our orbit. All like that.
Choose the target that's realistic unless you want 2 hours of pain and crying. Oh boy, he's doing the targeting after. Alrighty, man, whatever you say.
Oh, well, you want to, you're saying we should definitely take a look here at this map, is what he's
Silly
saying.
eyes.
This is what he's saying. We should take a look at this first. So, where'd you go, Mr. Satellite? He's way down there. There's Mr. Satellite. He's at 5 million odd. Yes, and...
The kids, it's time to launch a rocket.
So, he's going this way around the planet, yes?
Zipping and zooping.
That looks like he's going the wrong direction. Did we launch him polar orbit into southern orbit? Dang it. I think we did.
You said.
Yeah, I think we
70,
did.
whatever.
I think we sent him in
That
the
would be the
wrong
polar,
direction.
right?
Well, it's
70.
polar. It's just it's going
This is a medium
hard.
orbit. Even for me.
Well, it's roughly circular. Hopefully we can do the
800 hours
targeting
experience
and
and I'm still medium
such.
hard. I have so much to say about that.
I bet she does.
Please, God.
So we're gonna launch southward? Yes, it looks like instead of
Equatorial
northward.
is always.
Well, like I said, it might end up that we are tracking this equatorial orbit.
Always easier.
Yes, but we don't want to make it easy.
No, we want to make it fun.
We want to make it goofy. So obviously we need to head south, not north. Yes, because we don't want to go the other direction at 9 million miles an hour and have them smack into each other, do we?
Hannibal says if you boil a funny bone, it becomes a laughing stock. That's humorous. That is humorous.
Oh, cannibal humor.
Melted Clown says you will see.
Well,
Cannibal
we know
the
we'll
cannibal.
see.
He did melt a funny bone. You did boil a funny
Where'd the
bone.
music of it go?
The spun you speak of. It's fun for him. Not fun for any of us.
Oh, come on. Alright. We about ready to
He shall regret.
There's no regrets.
We don't regret.
We don't regret. So it looks like we need to head south.
Hello, Flask.
So we're gonna head southerly like a southern gentleman flying in space. The countdown started. No regrets.
No regrets.
Make sure we have such. Yay! We're launched. Let's get out to 70 degrees early. What? Did I do it backwards? I hate when I do it backwards. No! 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 Regrets already! I have regrets!
I love how we have no checks.
Now I have other regrets.
I'm Capcom, but nobody talks to me.
me.
I kind of have to father.
Look, this rocket program is built on pure prayer. We're never gonna get back the other direction, are we?
I regret saying no regrets.
Not just you. That's okay. We'll get a little easier to fly here. Alright, we're going like nearly straight up. We gotta get our arse over.
God don't ye. Devil don't take ye. God
Come on,
don't
rocket.
want ye.
Come
Devil
this
won't
way.
take ye. Oh, oh,
Come on,
oh.
come on, come on, rocket!
I don't want it to be easy. I want it to be fun. Famous
Come on,
last
rocket!
words.
Come on! You
Oh
can
my
do
goodness, look at the... I don't think it's supposed to do that.
it! No, it's not supposed to. But I'm desperate to try and get it going the other direction.
Roll program.
Something, something.
Question mark, something.
Well, the roll program is get southerly, and hopefully
Yeah, you're right.
we'll get our altitude enough here. Let's see. We're gonna be in space. That's good.
We're gonna be in space.
We're heading south now after a very odd kind of liftoff. We didn't have a roll program. We had a shimmy program.
Even the person who admits to not understanding knows this is grossly wrong. I know this is grossly wrong, and I don't have any idea what's happening. Flight termination is armed.
No flight termination. We're good. Come on.
Come on.
Staging.
Look.
Alright, let's find our map here. Alright, here we are, right?
Self-destruct. Standing by for key turn. I don't want to
Alright.
self-destruct. What is something?
No self-destructing.
Oh,
Is that the kind of thing that's going to happen when they make this a multiplayer game? They're going to like let other people randomly self-destruct you?
Oh, that sucks. You're fine, probably. You got tons of fuel.
Let's see. 600 some. I really only need about as much to stay in orbit here. Get myself back to... $155, 1. Oh, that's what I'm missing. To see the circularness of it. Alright. So I want to be nice and roughly circular-ish. That looks like a good...
As long as you nail orbital insertion and don't end up dipping back down into the drink. I like all of those words.
Alright, a minute and 30 seconds to
echoing.
burn time. Are you? I don't know why you would echo. Yeah, you
Standard
should be.
procedure plus consideration for lost momentum since it's not standard.
Who's not standard? Well, this is why we have all that excess fuel, yes? Let's get to our target marker, shall we? Alright. Nice, gentle touches. Should we put out our antenna now? I think we'll wait for the orbit and
I have no idea.
bother with antennae. We don't need to bother with antennae just yet.
When do I get to roll the dice?
Well, right after we get into this orbit, we will decide when to roll the dice.
Alright.
But we need to be in a stable orbit at least.
Communication and control is for nerds, anyway.
25 seconds!
Success? Who needs it?
Here comes the big marker.
Glory for wimps.
Here we go. We're going full throttle burn, yay.
These do not turn out well, right? Am I correct in saying that?
No, these are getting pretty standard. These are getting pretty standard.
Pop the clutch.
Yeah, pop the clutch. But and now that as long as I pay attention to my target marker, or which direction I'm pointing here, I don't know. Anyway, as long as I keep the lubber line, the V shape over there, over my blue marker during the duration of this burn, and throttle back when I like to throttle back at like maybe 10 seconds or so. Yeah, semi-professional.
Professional.
Let's see how our nice little hop into the sky is now turning into from an arc to a circle. This is the orbital insertion burn.
Ouch.
Yeah, no inserting of orbital
burning things.
Orbital things. It shouldn't hurt.
Says you.
14 seconds left in the burn.
Generally speaking.
10. Oh, throttling back. Now we're ignoring the numbers and are going by the line guides. With our trigger finger off the full throttle and our only trigger
in the
finger.
Literature.
Oh, drifting because I'm paying attention to the orbit instead of the nav ball.
Uh-oh.
Plus, also, as you get closer to it, it drifts automatically. The little tiny bit of error that you have in between the two. But anyway, where the two PEs line up, that's good enough.
Put your finger on both buttons for fun.
Nope, not for fun. We used to do that a lot. Accidentally burn too much. Go full throttle at the wrong time, yes. No, we've learned our lessons. Just, we're slow.
If you want more randomized failures, I can recommend.
Recommend a few.
That's what the die is for.
Well, first, now we need to increase our orbit to be somewhat close to him. So let's see what the target is. Yeah, reaction wheel saturation. Well, that's kind of, any given failure in the inertial sensor will, when you start firing, your SAS goes off and then you're stuck hand flying, right? This is Apollo 13 kind of situation. So.
Or collision with antenna loss.
35 degrees off. Ooh. That's some serious offness. Off. Alright, so the next burn is to increase the size of our orbit, yay. And get it not exactly that size, but just, maybe half the size. So that then we can tweak the angle of our orbit with less fuel loss. And then we will do the intercept orbit. Yes? Sound like a plan? Sound like a plan.
Okay.
Let's go put out our antennae, shall we? Come here, antennae. Extend you. Put out your little arms.
I'm not gonna humor the illusion of choice. Why not?
We all have choices. Are you wondering whether I'm giving you choices? Well, I'm giving you semi-options. What game are you playing over there now?
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Alright, well, we got our antennae out. Let's go back to our orbital view and figure out how to increase our apo and peri. 194, 155. So we want to take the far point and make it further rather than the near point, and make it further until it becomes the far point. Is my point. There's a point to the points. Alright. So now we are going to change our orbit. Yes, we're going to fire like this. No,
Get an
that's
action
the wrong
group
way.
for the antenna yet, eh?
Action group for the antennae.
What's in an action group?
It's like a series. It's like a macro, I guess. Series of commands you can have it execute. I haven't really looked into the scripting or automatic stuff or any of that kind of thing. Are you suggesting I could put together an action group for the launch? Because that'd be nice. You know? Yeah.
Action group. You can just set it to a number.
A number.
What number?
Let's see. How much of the sappy we want? We're going to say about half, so that'd be like 2.5. 2.5-ish. Right? I haven't tried stacking the maneuver nodes, but let's see if we put a second maneuver mode at the apoapsis. Right? Nope, that's the wrong way again. We would do that, and our peri
Very
would
useful
be...
for quickly opening and closing and activating modes. Special antenna instrument configuration. Oh boy, here we go.
What? I get about halfway out there with the double orbit. Ooh, this is pretty. So if I make this first fire, I will go from this nice circular orbit.
He's stacking the nodes.
Well, I might delete the second one and then come back to it. But but if I fire on the brown node, fire the brown node. And then,
Gross.
then it becomes this orbit, and then I fire at the brown node again, and it becomes the purple orbit.
And pretty much the same sort of stuff as always, just at an angle, really.
Yeah. Well,
angles.
we'll fix the angle after we do this, and that way we'll be in this nice big orbit. Yes.
Pretty dang easy. Sure.
Should we
We
stack
do nothing that's pretty dang easy.
Should we stack the orbital tilt maneuver and have all three of them just ready to go? Super planning in advance and all.
Just glad you're not docking.
Yeah, no. I tried that in the tutorial once already.
I avoid
Alright.
stacking all nodes to prevent bull.
Bull? What's bull? Oh, because the reality is I may not execute the brown burn correctly. No one always does it exactly, right? And so the stacked burn or the stacked maneuver is off, and then the errors build up. Yes? Is that the idea? Right now I'm just kind of using it to see.
Or the nodes conflicting,
Yeah.
etc.
Well, anyway, you get an idea of how you would change your orbit from one to the other. Get to the low spot in your orbit, fire your engines pointing to where you go faster around the planet. That raises this point to there, and then we come around to that point, fire engine some more, raises that point to there.
Okay.
So that's how we change an orbit.
Comprende, signore.
All right, let us rock and roll
Senor.
on out here. We will save
it's
us
a rocket mission,
that
huh?
headache.
Yep. He's stalling it, and no, he's trying to teach me.
I got 32 seconds, 5 minutes to start the burn. Yeah, actually,
I
I'm
said I
trying
would
to.
pay attention tonight.
So there's
I'd leave Jackson Brown away.
there's a theory that says that you never actually know that you know something until you can teach it. And so, you know, I'm going to end up in teaching at some point here before too long. And I figured I'd do it on YouTube and Twitch. So, got to learn it first, then present it like I know what I'm saying, right?
Could be a bit of column A and B.
So we're going to start with just this one, and then we'll figure out the next one. Alright.
Most of teaching is having confidence to stand up there and do it, yes.
True. My mom was a speech and drama teacher for years in the community colleges, which meant that she had to convince people to take her class when they came out on the quad and were picking their courses. She was out there like, you know, sign spinning before it was cool.
I can see your mom totally doing that. She's
Hey.
the most awesome 89-year-old chick I've ever known.
Alright, warping to next maneuver. Warp to next maneuver. Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate that so bad.
32-second length of burn.
I just realized there's ghost voices, man. I'm getting popular, huh? I think you're chat room boy, but chat room guy.
She hates when I warp. No matter how safe it may be. She doesn't trust the warping. I mean, she has a good reason to. It was not so
We
useful.
have not done well on warping, you know that.
25 seconds to the burn.
Post-warp trauma. Can I get some kind of medication for that?
10
PWT,
seconds.
doctor. Let me explain it to you. I can just see the deadness in my doctor's eyes. What?
Burning.
The cure is facing the demon.
23-second burn.
Or drugs. I choose both. You go. Worked well.
Throttling back.
I face my demons. Apoapsis is getting close.
Yep.
Is that what you're trying to get that?
Yep. Line up those two apo markers.
Okay. So you
And
did. You
so-
stopped.
Right. So I'm, you know, the plan was that I would have this particular set of parameters over here, the altitude at the apo and peri.
Okay.
That's what the maneuver said I should do. Right?
Okay.
And then now that I kill the maneuver node, oh, it shows what I managed to set
So
at.
time for inclination adjustment burn.
Yep, well, I suppose I was going to make it a little more circular orbit first by doing the apo burn. But if you think we can correct this 35 degrees reasonably, being this close to the planet.
Do it. Do it. You're the captain.
I am going to extend our burn like we originally planned. Why do I always hit the wrong one first? This is why I'm not actually hand flying anything, because I always do the opposite first. Sometimes, you know, you don't get a chance to fix that.
Your call, man.
Going to get us out to 2.5-ish. There they go, flying around. So there, that looks like a good one. And then we'll be able to do our little inclination change. If I can get this where the circle is most useful. Guess there's the best one for me. I got enough of it in sight that I can stop on it. Alrighty, warping the next maneuver.
Start keeping your eye on your fuel. You're past the halfway.
Ah yes, 101 second of burn left. The 20-second burn. I was using a fifth of my remaining fuel.
Always check your consumables.
What's my battery doing? My battery's fine. Alright. 30 seconds to the 20-second burn. Let us achieve appropriate orientation.
Hello, new person in the room.
Ten seconds to the burn. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh no, my throttle is stuck. Roll the die of destiny.
Oh no.
The gremlins have struck.
Here we go. Retrograde.
Oh, wait, I'm on retrograde.
Alright.
Or no, I'm on prograde anyway. Retrograde.
Normal.
Normal. Oh, gotta get to normal. Alright. Oh, I've lost the sass. Oh no. Alright, roll one more.
Alright. Retrograde.
Ah, retrograde.
About 1 in 10.
Stupid gremlins.
Ruining the
Ah, I finally managed to kill the throttle. Where are we? Where are we? We didn't really do much damage, I don't think, actually.
Good.
Alright, sass has been fixed because I like MacGyvered it.
MacGyver. Yeah, about that fun.
That's about as much damage as we managed to do. See the difference?
Your butthole pucker too?
See the difference in our orbit? That's all the damage we did. So, we didn't actually do much damage, no. Well, we'll have to rethink how we play that game.
I'm completely relaxed and indifferent. Sure.
Add maneuver. Let's get ourselves back to a good maneuver.
I'm just waiting till
Why do I always hit the wrong one? 4.8. No, we don't want to go all the way that.
Oh, it just fell off.
Oh, where'd you go? Yeah, now, see, because I'm not right at the apoapsis anymore,
I hear a little bit of music coming in.
my maneuver doesn't play the same, but that should be close enough. 2.6, 2.1. Close enough to circular. Yeah, it really didn't do much. We'll have to figure out something else for that.
If you want some randomized fun, you could try an unusually challenging mission.
I'll put a note out.
Since
2 hours.
normally they do more than enough themselves.
Well, we tried. And now the question is, that's the prototype die. It doesn't have the colors. Because there's, apparently if you...
Yes, you can show.
Yeah, there we go. If you do the sides where it's the layers, it kind of bleeds because it's water-based ink. You do it on the flat parts, it's nice and solid. Probably have to like spray seal it or something. Anyway, we might print up a few of these for giveaway once we figure out how to make the colors. Some sort of enamel paint, I think, is used for that kind of stuff. Warping to maneuver.
Oh, I don't like that. It's only when you get close to planets that a whole bunch of people come in.
Yeah, pretty much, right? They want to see you crash and burn or something.
Did you throw the dice back over here?
Yeah. And it's not nearly as useful as I thought it'd be.
No, it keeps going to retrograde.
Yeah, I know. It'd be much better if it was, better balanced. We might, or a random number, right? I wonder if there's mods to do that kind of random
Thrust
failure.
limiter is 20. Here's a good randomized failure. Disable the battery.
Alright, 15-second burn. to get to the planned one. Oh, started the timer late. Oh well, I'm watching the clock on the game. Full throttle.
They are awful. I mean, I'm a blank. I mean, even I think they're excessive and unrealistic.
What is?
Because it's just like, oh, this thing that would never fail.
Fails. Yeah. I don't think there is a thing that would, quote, never fail. That's why you have so many backups for everything.
Randomized failure mods.
Yeah, there's bound to be some, right, by now? Alright, now we're going to use these normal, anti-normal puppies to twist our orbit this way. Yes. And let's take a look at the node. 6.4. That's going the wrong way.
It's going the wrong way?
There. 0.5.
Holy moly!
0.4. How much burn is this? 34
I
seconds?
mean, the challenge is just getting out to the target is enough. The unknown is a random failure.
Right. 0.4, 0.3. Get into this mode of this. 0.4. 0.1. 0.1's good enough, right? Oh, 0's even better. Alright, so this burn is primarily to tilt our orbit, but because it adds to our speed, it also changes the circularness of our orbit. So we would have to add a component to take out that circularness. Or we would do it in a separate set of burns. But I don't think that's all that critical, is it? I don't know. We don't know. We'll find out. But I don't like this big crossing orbit.
That looks like a you know what.
Let's try...
You will fail dozens of times when you start trying interplanetary and taking more calculated risk.
Oh.
Interplanetary Janet.
Interplanet Janet. Oh, dang it. I just jacked up this node altogether. Go away, you. I'll mess that one up. Something about orbit fixing. Now, I thought that the best place to do those turns was where the orbits intersect. This is my current orbit, and that's my target orbit. And so I thought the best place to do these would be right about there. Well, right about there.
AN or DN?
Well, I think the descending node over here, let's see if that gives us a better orbital inclination change without so much
plus or minus a little for human reasons.
like, let's see if, what does it do when we get to about there.
One of them is usually better than the other.
5 degrees. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be better because that gets us closer. That's 5 degree difference, but it looks like it's a closer intercept.
It's context sensitive.
Let's see. Make some bigger changes. Ooh, look at all that twisty. So this here marker, this orange one, and this other orange one, are the two items of interest. So the target, the satellite we want to meet up with, is over here. And we're over here when we're the closest we'll ever be. So obviously that's not good for what we're trying to do.
craft is healthy. Systems are nominal. Comm systems online. Logged die anomaly.
So look like, I mean that gets us up there, but our orbit times are just all whack-a-dackin', whack-a-lackin'.
Do we have a known relative speed to target with? To our target at both yet? No.
Well, right now we got like a 1500. This one says separation is 9 million kilometers, or 9,000 kilometers. That's not good. So we were just changing our inclination. Yeah. Well, we were just changing our inclination. We weren't trying to do the intercept, our orbital intercept burn. So let us just fix our tilt, shall we?
It shows when you hover over the orange and purple markers, etc. Yeah. It's good to start thinking before intercept.
Yeah. Well, we are, because this is all planning, right? Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. I'll right-click there. Let's see, where are you, Mr. Maneuver Node? You were down there. Alright. So I want to change my tilt, but not change my orbital shape so much. Is that like this, maybe? I mean, it's
you could do a VFR or with ballistic velocities for max fun.
Let's see.
I don't think that would be fun. Oh geez, what's he doing? I have no idea what's he doing.
I am planning my orbital shift, or angular shift, which is nowhere to be seen. There's 39. That is not what we want. Yeah, see, can't even get close to it when you're on that part of the orbit. You gotta consider
angle. The more you angle, you have to have an encounter. The more speed you might end up having to make up or lose.
Right, we're gonna have to do something.
Often determines speed.
So this gets us down in the angle, right? Woo.
Hey, I wonder if Cannibal is still in here. I knew a guy who was a cannibal. I wonder if it's that guy. He was from San Francisco. He was a chef.
Oh, lovely. That's exactly what I want to go to, as a cannibal chef. 0.2, 0.1. Alright, well, 0.1's tolerable, I think. I'm not really loving that resultant orbit. I mean, I get the angle right, but then it's just so far.
Thank God for Mo reading the ghost. Well, you don't like your fun orbit, huh? Not having fun yet, huh?
Well, look, what we'll do is we'll do this burn and see we're going to be an intersect with a separation of 2,000 kilometers. So we will reevaluate with another node roughly here. Sometime after we fix our angle. Because it looks like if we accelerate here at the right quantity, somewhere along here,
I believe in you.
We might be able to.
The clown's telling you that.
Alright, cool. I think that'll work. Let's go for that. Start burn in 3 hours, 32 minutes. It is a 34-second burn, and we have 79 seconds of burn left. Lovely. But then hopefully we'll only need one more sort of braking and adjustment maneuver in between these two.
We have enough fuel for like 4 major burns.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. That'll be sufficient. We'll speed up here in order to catch up with her. Ideally, we shall see. It's all just a guess and a try. Warping to next maneuver. I'm not randomly warping anymore. I'm not just saying warp this, you know.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm saying warp to a maneuver. I'm not using the random warp anymore.
Oh, I'm sure
That's
you planned for this.
Plan. Plan's kind of a strong word.
So planned encounter trajectory angle velocity? No, none of those things.
No, not a planned one. No, I'd like to be coming up behind it. And that way I could just touch forward speed and catch up with it.
I like to come up behind it. Is that what you just said?
Raw. Timer's wrong. I'm
You're
going by the
playing
game.
chase encounter.
Chase encounter. I guess that's what you'd call it.
Well, I'll plan if it works.
Damn it, you.
I don't see anything moving. What's moving? Oh, I see the eyeball.
A little too much throttle down there. Alright. So that's how far off I was between the two.
Chase encounter is generally the idea you want to get, since the relative speed should be easy to minimize.
No, I don't know that I'm on a chase encounter, but I hope so. Let's see. How did we end up?
This is an interesting one on arguing methods only result.
Alright. Now we need to get these two in line. Well, first off, what's our ascending? 3 degree? Is that worth trying to fix? I don't think so. I think we're close enough. That 3 degrees should be. We all have to be within sight of each other. Right? So, we don't have to do everything perfect.
I thought a rendezvous would literally be side together.
That would be a docking, where you actually get two spaceships to kiss there, you know? What is it about mammals always trying to connect their tubes together? Let me put my tube to your tube.
Visual contact is like 10 kilometers or something.
Something along that line. Alright. This is going to be a kind of wonkadelic planning. Because let's see. No. I'm just gonna tweaky touch. See what we get. Tweaky touch. See what we get here. Actually, that seems to be working fairly nicely.
Oh my god! You just went around and around 4, 5, 6 times.
Well, that was this purple one, which is the second intercept. So the first intercept is this one.
Oh boy, that's an angular approach. Relative speed.
Well, let's see. Relative speed
Mach
591. 200 kilometers. What did you say was the relative the visual distance again? 10 kilometers. All right.
Considerable. You could manage.
I can't. Right there he is. That's what I'm trying to find.
You'd have to slam on those brakes.
Yeah, we would. So that's if we fired in that radial in direction. Let's see. So radial in, radial out, apparently, you can kind of see it here. It spins your orbit around like a hula hoop. And because you added more power, your orbit gets bigger. Unless, of course, you tweak which direction you're firing, and that will be the next thing we're trying to do here. So we're not touching these guys. No normal, anti-normal component. Let's see if we power back to make sure that our orbit doesn't get so big.
The best way to quickly orient is to point the nose of the craft towards target and just look down the barrel. Equals in the direction of the nose, great for when you need the fast orientation.
Ah, true. Let's see.
Relative speed is 420 now.
Alright.
That's how many views there were.
So, that's retrograde to reduce the size of this orbit. The resultant orbit, but then radial in order to hula hoop it around so that we're intercepting 420 meters a second. So let's try that some more. So a little more retrograde, a little more retrograde, a little more radial, a little more retrograde, a little less radial. Sounds like a song.
Radial is going to probably help you here to shallow out your approach angle.
Go angles.
Oh my god, 41,000.
Let's see. Our relative speed reduces, but our distance gets bigger. Radial change. Separation 60 kilometers. 200 meters a second. 110. 50. Yeah, we'll start using this thing in a minute.
It's about finding that happy medium.
Slow ourselves down some more.
What's your planned max approach speed and ideal approach speed?
I would say an ideal is going to be well, the actual speeds I'd like, well, I have to zero out my speed, right? So what's 10 meters a second is what eventually you want to be as in the tutorials. Once you got to zero speed, you would then approach at no more than 10 meters a second. So right now the plan is to get close enough to make yet another maneuver to finally slow myself down and meet up with it.
Basically, I'm asking how comfortable you are with fast flying response time. Well, that's post-park.
Post-park? Yeah, well, I don't want to be going all that fast as I come into parking. Right? So that's hence all this retrograde here. 9 kilometers, 186. Well, see now any more retrograde and I just come south of the orbit, or too much radial in. Oh, geez, this is horrible.
Anything under 300 meters per second is probably manageable
For the final parking maneuver. There we go. I'm probably in the way of it, but there's our intercept information. Let's finish this off
100
here.
meters per second is good. Pre-park.
And that's 14-second burn out of our 47 left, so that's a nice one. Let's see, 163 meters per second, separation 135
Post-park
kilometers.
to slow down immensely, of course. Dual digits.
There we go. Trying to get this where I can read this is the data I'm looking at. Right, the interception. In fact, actually, there's the approach info. Phase angle 20 some degrees.
23.8.
Let's see, 96, 95, separation 130. So both our speed and our separation went down there for a while, and they started going up. That's making our separation go up. Separation go down, and speed is going down.
Retrograde, what that?
Yeah, retrograde a bunch. And then, let's see. Now we're going back up. Retrograde slightly more.
Even if you miss, you could be in a much better orbit than the one you are in now.
Yeah, true. I don't need to tweak this too far. I'm just trying to get a small, it looks like about 86 is the smallest separation I can get, and 123 meters a second. So, at this point, we would then slow our rear down a good bit, and kind of just coast up on her. Yes?
Sure.
You don't know about that.
What
Try
game?
them triangles. Oh, you're saying my phase angle's too horrendous, huh? That seems to be helping. Let me guess. If I do this until the down node lines up with the intersect, is that where it's going to be best? I like the separation getting better. We're going to inch up on it. Inch up on it. Oh, now we're getting worse. I see what you're saying. 12, 14, 9, 13.
Ryan Neumiller wrote me back
Oh, cool.
when I told him where we're at.
2.8, 2.7, 3.8. 2.7 kilometers at 132 ain't bad. Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to get too close. Look, if we're inside the 10 kilometer visual range, that's our goal. And then we just have to get to 0 relative speed. Yes?
2.7 is fine and dandy.
Let's go for that. Alright. It's 27 minutes away, this burn.
These values seem good.
Sure. It's as good as it's going to get. 15-second burn out of 47 left. Then we'll have a braking burn that should be in orbit, and then with any luck, we'll have enough fuel left over to tilt ourselves out of alignment and therefore be, two separate guys.
Go for encounter burn.
Going for encounter burn.
Tuning engines.
Oh, so it's a 30-second burn instead?
Thrust limiter.
Yeah, let's go do that now.
To prevent overshoot.
Let's give it about 2/3 power, maybe. Now it's a 25-second burn. That sounds good, I guess. I'm pretty decent with it, more than a 10-second burn. This here hibernate and warp should have been on earlier. But anyway. Ah, yeah, right. We certainly want full power when it comes time to stop. Alright, warping to next maneuver. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
But remember, you want to turn them back when you need to stop.
Absolutely, we will definitely want full power. Alright. So, nothing will happen correctly if we don't get our rear into our maneuver position. Yes? Let's get ourselves... Ooh, interesting target marker. So, relative to the target. Should I have this on target? Oh, okay. Yeah, so the maneuver node's the maneuver node. But the other markers are relative to whatever you have targeted. Like right now, that's my orbit and such. Anyway, starting burn quickly. Starting burn in 7, 6, 5. 3, 2, 1, burning. Here we go.
He's learned.
Throttling
You can
back.
panic when you see the blur of the spacecraft screaming towards us.
Alright.
I don't like it. It's super duper throttle back.
That is a little too much throttle back.
Target. Right there, isn't that it?
Well, let's do a double check. I should have had this
Stay
thing.
on target.
Should have had that highlighted. Separation 2.5 and 132. That's not too bad. Sounds good to me. In 3 hours. We got 54 seconds of burn left.
Delete node.
Absolutely. Oh man! That node lied to me. This
How?
is what. Well, that was showing you the intercept if you did the node right.
See what I mean? Jelly bean.
So 196 kilometers apart.
You have to manually adjust.
Manually adjust. So I'm gonna need a braking burn anyway. So can I maybe combine my braking burn with?
Because you went off target.
But it was a long burn because we cut down the power.
Don't do it. The blue target drifts over time.
Alright. So we need that guy highlighted. And let's see. 196. So we didn't burn quite long enough, so that probably means we need more retro. That separation is going up. Separation going down, but by a tiny amount. Oof.
You had such a dang good planned encounter with... Oh well, c'est la vie. C'est la vie.
Well, we will attempt to fix the encounter. Yes. See how this periapsis and apoapsis are shifting?
No. I see the PE and I see the pink line.
Yeah, the pink line is the second
I see the
orbit.
AP over there, yeah. It's such a good... We had such a good dang planned encounter.
Well...
C'est la vie.
C'est la space.
Getting farther and farther.
Oh, it's going the wrong way.
Try the other direction, Captain. Oh boy.
3, 2. I'm just trying. Whoop, there we go.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Separation 9.7 kilometers, 300 meters a second. And 95928 8.4 8.27977.
This is how you learn the secrets, by experimentation.
Well, sometimes it helps to just take it to as big a, try the extremes and see what happens. Of course, when you do that here, it really goes wackadoo.
Whack.
Looks like 6.5 is half decent. That's all we really need. The big problem is going to be that braking burn, yes? Now it's a 17-second burn. We got 54-second left. With it being tuned down. Alright. 17-second burn to fix ourselves. Get ourselves back into a separation. Decent separation.
Mental note, the burn accuracy margins here are only a tenth of what the planetary ones are.
Well, yeah, once you go interplanetary, there's a big distance between you and the next guy, so being off by 1 degree that far away is just like shooting a gun, right? If you're twitched just a little bit,
useful.
Right? If you're twitched just a little bit, then it's way off target downrange, right? So, let's see. We got our maneuver node.
1 degree at 1 billion kilometers is many billions of kilometers.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? Is it kilometers or kilometers or what am I supposed to say?
Kilometer works.
Okay. So we are 1 hour, 15 minutes, and there are only 3 people.
Ah, well, we're warping the next maneuver. And we are going to get our intercept better. 17-second burn.
Oh, that just makes my butt pucker.
47 seconds to the burn.
I hear like a little something in the back tinking, tink, tink here and there.
Alright, 24 seconds to the burn. Let's get this where I can really see the burn. Oh, look at that. That's crazy balls. 10 seconds to the burn. Yep, I'm a little off on my timer.
Nice.
That's okay, I'm going by the game. Alright. Looks pretty close. 6.7 kilometers. What did you mentally process about this encounter? Shrug. Alright, it claimed I was going to be 7.7 kilometers and 314, and I succeeded at, drumroll, doodly 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 doo, 8.2. Whatever, within 10.
I was just on autopilot when seeing the massive arch.
Yeah, well, we are now at an intercept where we are at least within target range of being able to.
Crazy tip: if you'd know if you delete the node during the end of the burn.
Oh, yeah. Then you could watch this get closer, but that's just a little too nerve-wracking. Alright. So, let's see. Where are we? Where is our actual ship?
Is it
Penguin Mk1
compared to missing and waiting to find out? I don't know, we miss it all the time, so
See,
is that new?
There, I'm currently 113,000 meters away from my target. Can I see my target at all? Or at least see the little indicator dot? Let's see. Move ourselves over. I believe this is target. Or anti-target. One of the two.
I did warn you. Let the record show.
Where did you go? I guess I'm not within range. Now, what we ended up doing was instead of having our intercept right about here.
Right about here.
Um,
Hear ye, polar encounter, the scourge of rocketry.
So we were going to encounter here, but we messed up that burn slightly. So our correction burn got us to this point, where we're 94 kilometers. That was not too horrendous.
Meters. I don't say kilometers nowhere.
Well, 94,000 meters. So if you look at the comma and ignore the rapidly changing numbers after the comma, because it's 89 now.
And Melted Clown says there's so much going on here, but I can't be bothered typing a page report just yet.
Oh, actually, we're coming closer. See? So actually, this is where we are now, and we're going to meet up right about there. I thought we had split off and we were going to go the other way, or have to make a whole nother orbit. No, I guess that's this indicator is the second orbit. Who's CCC? What CCC?
You said that. Like we're supposed to know that that's real.
What?
Relative speed. Who said C?
I don't know.
He said C.
Who said C?
Ow, shit. He said C.
Oh. Well, yes, I recognize that you have informed me thusly. So distance is 71 kilometers, and we're approaching at 313 meters a second.
Relative speed to target, question mark?
Is that not what this is? Target 313 meters per second?
Relative speed to target.
That's our
at
orbit speed.
Encounter.
Oh, at encounter.
Orange Maka.
That's, well, 313. So we're approaching at the same relative speed right now, because I guess we're both. So, but at the encounter, see, I'll be past him at the encounter.
So 313 ain't that bad, but still scary.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to cross his path here, right? So, in 2 minutes,
you will start wanting to think about how you will shed speed.
Am I not already? Is this? I forget which is target and which is anti-target.
Better think quick.
I believe if I do this.
Retrofire relative to target.
Yeah, is that not this indicator? Prograde. Retrograde. Yellow circle with the X.
Yellow circle with the X. It scares me.
Yellow circle with the X. That's retrograde. Well, oh, I see. Retrograde and roughly retro target.
This one.
I see. Nah, yeah, no, not that one.
That's retrograde.
Yellow is retrograde, yes. And so that is that target or anti-target?
Which is which?
I don't know.
15 episodes in, which is which?
I don't use the targeting yet.
I have absolutely no idea, so I don't know why anybody would ask me anything.
Whatever. Doing this lowers my target relative speed. So this is what I'm doing. All right. Rolling, slowing gently. 300.
I was getting to this part. Keep shedding that speed and watch your distance.
No,
We're coming up to target very soon.
Yep. Yeah, distance is increasing.
Distance is increasing.
Okay, I can fix a small amount of distance if I get the speed down, right? If I can get my speed down, I can fix a small amount.
Okay, so there's a concept I want to explain, but really kind of so here we go.
Yeah.
5 people are watching.
Ah.
They come in to see it crash. Hi everybody, coming in to watch him crash.
Or missed the damn thing.
Oh,
Alright, let's save our burn. Ah, where the hell are we? We missed our intercept. Yeah. Let's see.
People are already leaving. Aiming past or overcorrecting to actually have your velocity vector to overlap properly with the target marker.
Yeah.
This may have been your only attempt. The missile knows where it is. Be like the missile.
Alright. So. Let's see if we can at least make a nice, interesting flyby. Actually, let's see.
Oh boy, is he doing what I think he's doing? Yep, he is. Warping someplace that you know I hate.
No, I'm not warping.
Look at that.
I'm investigating.
Oh lord.
I'm seeing if there's anything worth salvaging here.
There's a whole bunch of red stuff down here.
Yeah, that means we don't have enough fuel. Alright, so we're gonna deorbit and crash into the freaking planet. That's the plan.
There's stuff you can do, but not right now.
Well, actually, you know, the secondary mission here was to have a secondary ComSat at not quite the same angle. So let us just tweak our angle with the last bit of fuel in a nice, so that they don't run into each other later. And then...
I thought you were smashing it into the planet.
Well, let's not waste our nice little spacecraft, shall we? Let's not, like, totally waste it.
I thought you can't get back.
Well, we might not have enough fuel to deorbit and get back.
This is why the ISS is equatorial.
Well, it's actually at a slight angle from equatorial, so that when they when Russia launches to land to get there, they don't drop solid rocket boosters on China. So there's that thing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. So let us give ourselves a nice little.
Don't you let him you.
Let's see, how much can we, if we burn up the rest of our fuel, how much of a difference in angle can we get in this orbit?
Sure as heck ain't this.
Let's see. That's
I mean,
25.
I could,
Oh well, we don't want to do quite that much.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Let's see. If we retro.
I'd be override at this point. Boop.
Alright. So that was the secondary mission.
Range safety override priority 1.
So that was our other purpose, was to get yet another ComSat.
High.
Yeah, I think I've corrected it to being roughly. It would be 11 and 6.
You could possibly reach the moon.
You mean like just crash into the moon?
No, you said
there's no fuel left for landing.
You can't land anywhere? You can land on the moon.
There's barely enough. There's 26 seconds of 60% thrust fuel left.
How do you know that?
Well, let's see. There's 26 seconds burn
I
time here.
said something about landing. He doesn't want to crash and burn, he said.
Well, this guy,
okay,
he's not going to land.
Okay, I see.
So this is how much fuel is left at 100% burn.
Okay.
100% throttle, I guess I should say. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, not successfully landing. We can get it to crash in and explode. I'm sure.
Don't tell him you can't do something for the love of God.
Don't tell me I can't make it go boom. But I think this here little 26-second burn time to just kick ourselves into a slightly other orbit, keep them from smacking into each other, give us a little more coverage about the Kerbal. It won't be a wasted trip if we have a satellite, yes?
I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Well,
That's
next time we get to try the equatorial orbit.
Kitschy. I can't. I'm meant to be acting as Capcom in case anyone is wondering why I'm destroying this chat. Mitsu. I don't want to butcher that name. Clippy says you look like you're trying to perform a polar orbit insertion. We were.
Well, we did.
It's supposed to be equatorial. He already scolded us about all that.
Wait, W. We were planning to try and intercept our current polar orbiting satellite, which we were rightly warned was a bad idea to try and intercept a polar orbit.
He did tell us.
Then we launched all wonky and wasted all sorts of fuel, and so we didn't get the intercept. We came close, but we came within 10 kilometers, but we didn't slow down. So, yeah, specifically for a first time, true.
Especially.
So the goal is to leave this ComSat in orbit about Kerbal, but right now we're just putting it in a parking orbit, I guess we'd call it.
We did learn some stuff, right, though?
Yeah, we did.
I learned a few things.
So we're going to put it in this here parking orbit so it can be a ComSat at least. So that the attempt is not total wasted. So contract can go away.
You don't have to aim your antennas at this game, though, like ComSat Penguin 2. So, Mitsu...
Well,
I can't butcher that name. Polar's pretty great, actually.
It's Penguin Mk1, I believe we called it, yeah. Penguin Mk1 and Penguin Mk2.
Well, that wasn't really the plan. Melted Clown says, yes.
This was always the tail end of the plan. Intercept or have an orbiting satellite that's useful for later. You gotta have... It's like doing the science along the way that you're always going to do, right? We forever do science along the way, yes?
You don't forever do science.
We didn't do any science here.
As you can go back and show Melted Clown's...
Alright, we are warping to this maneuver, and we are going to be done here shortly.
It's much easier to launch at inclination. Looks again at the mission goal outline I made. Yeah, it doesn't say anything like that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 Pacific Standard Time Zone.
Alrighty. We are 54 seconds to the burn. The parking orbit of useful parking orbit. Yes. 40
if
seconds.
If you went equatorial, but later decide, nah, I'd rather go polar, a lunar slingshot is the easiest way to change your mind.
Shoot it out to the moon, let the moon change the orbit to polar. I haven't tried any slingshot maneuvers. 20 seconds! to a burn until burn it all.
I noticed that Melton didn't have his Moon Cola.
He did not get
believe our crap's gonna make it tonight anywhere.
He did not get his Moon Cola today. No, he did not.
He does not think we are gonna succeed at anything.
So luckily, I don't have to worry about the throttle. I just have to follow the blue target. Because I'm just gonna burn until I run out of fuel. I don't even have to turn off the engine afterwards.
But if you went equatorial, but later... I see the blue line moving.
Bloop. And we're out of fuel.
Look, it's not that I don't think you will succeed. It's more like you won't try. Or delay.
Well, part of the delay has been the craziness in planet Weird Earth right now. So, I've been trying to avoid dealing with any of that in here.
It's always like next week, Saturday, next week.
Earth sucks. Earth sucks right now, doesn't it? Earth sucks a lot.
I'm not sure if Earth sucks or not. If it's just the media sucks or Earth sucks.
I don't know. Well, there we are. We have our nice little
Are you in
ComSat
orbit?
Penguin.
Humans suck.
Yeah.
It's Earth.
There we go.
It sucks. Earth is pretty fine. Humans just suck. I agree. Some humans suck. There's a lot of great people on this earth, and there's a lot of psycho hose beasts.
Right. So, looky there. We got all manner of ComSat now. Let's go see what the lines are in the
Somebody
tracking
thought you were
center.
gonna die. A lot of people came in the room. Hi, everybody.
Well, no dying, because, you know, it's too far away from everything. Alright. Let's do our save. Yes.
Yes.
P-
yeah.
E-N.
Penguin. P-E-N.
Q.
G.
G.
U.
G-U-I-N.
I-N. You
That's
got
what
it.
throws me off.
You got
it.
it.
Sounds like it's
G-U-I.
penguin.
You got it. Penguin 2.
My eyes.
It's right.
Oh.
It's not Q, it's a...
The bottom of the G is cut off. That's what it is.
It's a G, honey.
Yeah, the bottom of the G is cut off. That's what it is.
2.
Penguin Mark II in orbit. Actually, now I just go by how many days and months it's been.
No, here it is. Here was the plan. We know.
What?
We know.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You try and send a picture in a plan?
Here, I'm gonna send it to you.
Oh! I did not see that plan.
Minmus robotic landing. Minmus robotic turn. Advanced, upgraded, extra science, Moonar robotic landing. Serious consideration of man-mooner landing design, use of 1-to-1 remote version of man lander. Wow, this is...
I was unaware of this plan.
I will send it over to you, Captain.
I see it, but I'm unaware of its existence. So, but what you're saying is, you know, we need to make
a
something.
hoppa something.
We need to make something that can land, jump around,
Jump up and jump down.
and
Jump around. Well, you never asked, and I assumed.
Well, we will consider that one for our next mission.
Well, he definitely has it now. So.
Yeah, we definitely have, and that was the next thing was our previous remote lander on the moon. It obviously was not coming back, but dang it, what was I thinking? Its mass did not at all was not at all similar to the capsule with Jeb in it, so that's what we would have to fix. We'd have to put enough mass in our capsule or our remote pod to match the capsule that Jeb's going to go in. And yeah, and so we want to line that up. So that's some robot. It's some rocket building, not robot building. And I don't know. You want to hang out for that? Some rocket building? I don't know. We're an hour 34 in. It might be getting a little bit too late for rocket building.
You're gonna lose me in about,
Yeah.
19 minutes.
Yeah, they would have been pretty fatal, I think.
Alright, so.
Alright, well, we are done with this guy. We have saved it off. Let's go check it out at the tracking station.
Kerbal is pretty much a giant radio ball. Fatal or stranded.
Alright. What's this here pink one? Why are you pink? What's that? Something is wrong. Oh, I see. It's not mine. It's something up there by Stellar Engineering Corps. Stedler. I think that's for one of the missions. That's one of the orbits you're supposed to intercept or yeah, well, we're pretty much lined up, aren't we? Kerbin is freaking lit up with satellite coverage now.
We've talked about it so far.
So this highlighted one, I guess that's always been the thing in aviation, is the fuchsia line. Or magenta line, rather. More moon sats.
What's moon sats?
Satellites about the moon. We only have one about the moon, actually. We got... Is it about Minimus? No, it's just sitting on... Yeah. Minimus. Keep calling it Minimus. Oh, there they are. Yeah. There's some wacky orbits. Woohoo! Like we're building a spaceship out of orbitals, orbital ComSats. Well, that's plus once we get much further out, we're not going to be doing any kind of live remote control, right? It's all going to have to be pre-programmed. Do they get to that, or they just imagine that you magically have remote transmission powers?
This isn't real life.
ComSat AB. Well, no, but it's supposed to be simulation, and so...
So no two programming in vanilla.
Yeah. Apparently that's the difference between this and Simple Rockets. I saw Scott Manley's video about Simple Rockets 2, and that seems to be more for, I really want to just test a rocket design. No little green men. No sad tragedies of burning Kerbals up.
You are
but then
there
again,
with the probe as far as the game is concerned.
Yeah.
You are there with the probe?
Yeah, it means that there's no transmission delay between your controls and the remote item on Kerbal. So we can control a rover on the moon, or Minmus, even though Minmus is...
I'd like to be able to...
46 million...
I'd like to be able to manual override, too. It all sounds so sexual, I can just...
You can just... Your double entendre system is just going wild.
Yeah. It's all hitting all my ding ding buttons.
Yeah, well.
Just testing in a program ain't my deal.
Well, I mean, you follow anything with the guy by Joe Barnard, BPS Space? He does this whole thing where he's trying to make the rocket that hovers and lands, and he spent a lot of time trying to make solid rocket motors go off fast enough for him to suicide burn. Oof. Yes, this mission is half success.
Are we gonna call it a success, really?
Well, it was not a maneuvering mission success. It was not the completion of the contract. We did not complete the contract, but we did learn some stuff, practice some stuff, and we did end with the Mooner. Failed to rendezvous. Backup baby mission. You're the one who wants us to put his ComSats everywhere, so I'm trying to figure out how to do like two things. Put a ComSat in at least if we fail in the other mission. It's like a good backup. The die did not work. I gotta figure out something else with the die. Alrighty.
Alright, are we ready to go?
I think we're ready to go. Alright. We got it all saved off. You ready? I'm ready.
I'm ready. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. I really, really loved it. I watched it tonight for real, and I understood a lot of it.
Yeah, we could do that too. Send us the failure, and then we'll add that in at some point. Sounds like a plan. Alrighty. Bye.
Take it button. Yay! We tested it.